It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 55. The action is only moments away on Monday night.
It's the venue that's had plenty of success come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off from Arrowhead. Fielded just shy of the end zone. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
Man in motion here. Mahomes got to throw on this first play. Get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Throwing on first down, Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 17. Hits him on the out route. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll run it. Here's Pacheco. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when he could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, Ooh, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
Coming out throwing is Baker. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll send him over right. Baker now from the gun. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Mayfield now from the gun. Got his target. It's Otten. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Play fake, it's Mayfield. And that's completed right side. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive in the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Man in motion, headed right. Baker throwing again. Completes this one to Otten. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Mayfield to throw again. This one's caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got it! And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. 7-0 is our score. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Ready to go with our second quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Looking for an open touchdown, Tampa Bay. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers start off well to tie things 7-7. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. He'll take this at the 10. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They've got first down from the 31. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Called in by Worthy. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. A counter give here to Pacheco. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
The Buccaneers add another DB. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Buccaneers send receiver Mike Evans headed back out. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Baker. Completed over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Second and 3 now. On the give, this is Irving. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a gain of 4. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, here's Baker. Caught, nice gain left side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's the give to Irving. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. They motion a receiver left. From midfield on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Godwin. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today. Because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. They put a receiver in motion right. 3rd and short, Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender right at the exact same time there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make contact and you disrupt that pass, that's a job well done defensively.
The Chiefs offense out to take over. Drive stop to the air, Mahomes. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll get it up to the 27.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and 3 now. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. First down throw, Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Again, Mahomes to throw. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. They've got a man in motion. Another throw for Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Motioning the tight end now. Back to the air, Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Gronk, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Up and good from Blankenship. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. Beginning a new drive here, but just 16 seconds to go before halftime. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. So that brings us to halftime here in KC. It's the Chiefs who've got the advantage heading into the locker rooms. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to an excellent first half from the gunslinger, Patrick Mahomes. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Butker on now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the third. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Sending the tight end in motion left. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. This one's taken in by Otten. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A gain of 27 yards there. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field and tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
They've got first down from the 31. Irving on the inside give. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 29. Completes this one to Otten. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They send a man in motion. 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Got his target. It's Otten. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Got Evans. It's complete. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out in 3rd and short.
3rd down from the gun. Quick slant complete. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return starts at the 9. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 44.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
2nd and 3 now. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Yaya Diaby brings him down. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Third and just 2 to go. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end right. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Throwing again, Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. throw in is Mahomes. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a fourth-quarter lead. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
This to go up by a field goal here in the fourth. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. He'll begin his return from the 11. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They've got first down from the 31. They give for the first time to Rachaad White. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And they get 38 out of the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 28. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. That takes us to the 2-minute warning here in KC. Buccaneers trail by a field goal. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
That one right down the middle. And the Buccaneers take a 4-point lead. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Rice pulls it in along the sideline. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
2nd and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. Setting up to pass. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. He'll look to throw it. This one finds Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Another throw for Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Time not on their side here as they get set for 1st down. No timeouts remaining either. Back to the air, Mahomes. On target to Worthy. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Got to hurry this to the line. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Buccaneers winners as we say so long from Kansas City.